Have you heard about the nurse in Ohio whose patients kept dying with a smile on their face? Her name was Dana Whitfield. On paper, she was the perfect ICU nurse at St. Luke's Hospital in Dayton. Won Nurse of the Year twice. Families loved her because she would sit with dying patients, holding their hands, whispering prayers, promising they wouldn't be alone. They called her the Good Samaritan. Between 2014 and 2017, Dana worked mostly nights. That's when the deaths started climbing. Not outrageous, not enough to raise alarms, just a slow, steady increase in unexpected complications. The patients were always the same type, alone, few visitors, no one who would raise their voice if something went wrong. What made her patients memorable wasn't just how many died, it was how they were found. Multiple nurses reported the same unsettling detail. The bodies looked peaceful, too peaceful. Their mouths curved in the faintest smile, like they were seeing something comforting right before they stopped breathing. One respiratory therapist, Luis Ortega, wrote in a complaint that never made it out of HR. Their lips are turning blue, but they look happy. It doesn't make sense. The ICU had cameras focused on the hallways, not inside patient rooms. But one night in March 2016, a camera caught something strange. At 3:09 a.m., Dana walks into room 403 carrying a tray, no doctor's orders logged. She closes the door behind her. At 3:16, the heart monitor alarm flashes at the nurse's station. Cardiac arrest. By the time they rush in, the patient, a 63-year-old man named Harold, is gone. Lips tinged purple. Faint smile. Dana says she came in to check his IV, and he just stopped breathing. No one questions it. Over 3 years, at least 21 patients under Dana's care died the same way, always after midnight, always after she'd been alone with them. When a new charge nurse, Kendra, noticed a pattern and pulled death records, she saw Dana's name over and over in the attending nurse box. She took her findings to administration. 2 months later, Kendra resigned unexpectedly. No explanation. Her exit interview is still missing from hospital records. The case finally cracked because of a sound. Not a statistic, not a missing file, a sound. In 2017, the hospital installed a new system where every room's audio during code blues would be temporarily recorded for training purposes. It was supposed to delete after 72 hours. But one file didn't delete. Room 418. Patient, Ellen Moore, 54. Pneumonia, stable condition. Attending nurse, Dana. On the recording, you can hear Ellen struggling to breathe, the machine softly whirring beside her. Dana comes in. Her tone is sweet, almost motherly. "Hi, Ellen, it's Dana. I'm just going to give you something to help you sleep." You hear the click of a syringe. Ellen says weakly, "But I'm not scheduled for." Then Dana whispers something that makes the hair stand up on everyone who has ever heard it. It's easier if you don't fight it. Everyone sees the light. No one complains. 20 seconds of silence. Then a soft sound, Ellen's breathing slowing. The heart monitor begins to speed up, then abruptly slows. In the background, through the static, there is what sounds like a second voice, extremely faint, layered over Dana's. Some listeners swear it says one more. Others say it's just interference. Then the flatline alarm screams. Nurses rush in. On the recording, someone says, "Why is she smiling?" That audio never should have survived. A tech in IT curious about the new system, pulled a random file to test playback and got room 418. He listened. Then he listened again. Then he took it to the state medical board. Dana was arrested in October 2017. Under interrogation, she denied everything. She said the audio was doctored to make her look bad. She claimed her patients smiled because she comforted them. She was charged with 4 counts of murder, the only deaths prosecutors felt they could prove with the limited data they had. 21 families watched the trial, waiting to hear how their loved ones had died. The most disturbing moment happened when the prosecution played the 418 recording in court. As Ellen's breathing slowed, every speaker in the courtroom let out a brief burst of static, then that faint second voice again. The defense called it audio artifact. The foreman of the jury later told reporters, "I don't care what they call it. I've never heard anything like that in my life." The jury deadlocked. Mistrial. Dana was never convicted. She's out now, living under a different name in a different state, working according to one rumor as a hospice caretaker. The hospital settled quietly with the families and officially listed the deaths as complications of existing illness. But here's the part that sticks with everyone involved. After Ellen's death, room 418 was kept empty for months. New patients complained of someone sitting on their bed at night, stroking their hair. Nurses on night shift said that if they walked by 418 around 3 a.m., they'd hear a woman's voice through the door, whispering, "Don't fight it." Everyone sees the light. To this day, staff say some patients die with that same small, unnatural smile, even in different rooms, different floors, different hospitals where former St. Luke's nurses now work. Maybe it's just suggestion. Maybe it's nothing. Or maybe Dana wasn't working alone. Would you let a stranger hold your hand while you sleep in the hospital? Comment YES or nitrogen monoxide and tell me what country you're from. I'll find the darkest hospital story near you.